All right, let's pivot to the commodities market now. Definitely, we had Easter celebrations. Let's gauge consumer sentiments for these holidays and what's happening in the oil market. Joining me now, we have Assistant Vice President and Head of Economic Research at Financial Derivatives Company, Dr. Ifeoma Nwokolo. Great to have you on the show, man. Good morning.
Good morning, Larry. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. So, yes, we've had another holiday at this point, and I'm sure you've been able to gauge how the average consumer, fared this time. What was it like? Did prices go up?
Well, Larry, I would say that Easter period this time was not the way it used to be. There was little or no sign of festive excitement. Typically, during festive periods, we see a lot of increased consumption, we see social gathering and the likes. But this time around, Easter celebration is being shaped by what I call economic caution and living standard costs. Like the survey we did yesterday, we spoke with few traders, and the report we got is that people did not turn up as usual during Easter period. And if you look at prices, aside the spike that we had, all the gains we had in January was eroded because of the US-Iran conflict. And then by February, March, we saw a spike. But between Easter period, we were expecting to see a surge as usual. But I think there was no price gouging this time. Prices remained stable. But the only difference we saw was prices of chicken and turkey. Turkey went as high as 11,000 naira per kilo from 8,500, and chicken went from 5,500 to 6,500. But every other prices that we tracked that was during the Easter period remained flat. So I think people are becoming conscious in their spending, because even though prices have increased, income have remained muted, and people are spending wisely this time. So there's no discretionary consumption, or people are conscious of how they spend, and purchasing power has declined. This weakened consumption across, or weakened spending across Nigeria. It's not particular to Lagos alone. So if you look at other markets, that prices remained stable. There was no sign that there was festivity season, honestly.
Right. I guess, when you have, fuel attacking your disposable income the way it did, from March, I guess it's a no-brainer at this point. So let's get a check on the oil market now. WTI, more expensive than Brent. It's a rare occasion, happens every now and then, but now we're seeing the Strait of Hormuz. It's going to remain shut despite President Trump's deadline. What are we seeing play out there this morning?
Well, there's a deadline, yes, but the question is Iran going to hack into this deadline? And the market has already factored what we call uncertainty premium, even though we had a conflict premium before now. So there's an uncertainty premium of not knowing what is going to happen after 8 p.m. today, the US time, and 1 a.m. tomorrow, Nigerian time, if the Strait of Hormuz is not open. Of course, Trump has strengthened that he's going to begin to attack infrastructures in Iran if the Strait of Hormuz is not opened before or by 8 p.m. today. So, and that Iran may not yield to this particular deadline. And if they don't yield, what will the outcome be? Of course, we know if this happens, if they refuse to open the Strait of Hormuz, I tell you that oil price may go as high as over $120 per barrel. Yes, we should expect that. Then for WTI, is quite strange. WTI is usually lower than Brent, but today we are seeing that WTI is quite higher than Brent. One, we should note that WTI has more access now because it doesn't go through the Strait of Hormuz, because it is produced in the US and they don't have to go through Strait of Hormuz to supply. So it goes through Texas. So that's why we are seeing, so it's more accessible. That is why the price is higher than the Brent price. And for Brent, you usually have like a premium, and that is why the prices are usually higher than. But for now, the Strait of Hormuz are closed, and that is why we are seeing what we are seeing. But in all of this, Nigeria is at advantage because we don't have to go through the Strait of Hormuz to do our supply. So that is the trade route advantage that we have. So we have no geopolitical risk premium on Nigerian shipping as it is today. But the question is, yes, we are making the revenue as Nigerians. So there is a need for policy response. Up until now, we've not seen any policy response like every other country. In fact, yesterday, some people were asking me, on Sunday in church, I met some few people that were asking, why has Nigeria not done anything? Other countries are giving like a succor to the citizens, but we are yet to do something. People are like doing like a petroleum price ceiling, we have taxes being removed, we have subsidy being given to refineries to bring up pump prices, but we have not seen that effect take place in Nigeria. I know maybe because of some mechanical hiccups that we have, but I must tell you that it is needed this time because people are going through a lot.
Okay.
The poor are really getting the pinch badly. So the government has to do something about it. I'm not talking about conditional transfer or unconditional transfer, because if you do that, people may not benefit. And to avoid leakages, I think the best bet is to either subsidy for the period of time that this crisis is ongoing, or the government should give like subsidy to refineries that will cause prices of PMS, pump prices to reduce so that everybody will benefit from it. I think.
Right. Well, we all need to benefit at this point.
Exactly.
We've all been through a lot in the longest first quarter ever. Thank you so much, Dr. Ifeoma Nwokolos is a VP, Research Financial Derivatives Company. Thank you so much for coming on today. Assistant Vice
Thank you
President.
for having me, Ladi. Yeah, thank you.